This DraftKings, we made a play on that today. I'm happy about this one because yesterday I wasn't prepared. I was playing games with it, but today I was fully prepared. And then once your preparation is where it needs to be and you do the things you need to do before you get into a trade, then the outcomes become exactly what you want it to be because you know this is what I don't want to do. And if it does this, this is what I will do. So let's get to the trade. Anyways, we're gonna break it down from the 15. No, we're gonna do the 5 for 5, 5 day, 5 minutes. All right. Trend line is what I do first. I like to see what's going on with the trend. Boom. This is gonna be our bottom. It's respecting that. This is gonna be our top. It's sadly respecting that. Actually, here to here. All right, cool. So in the morning, actually, we can get back to it as well. We can do the whole thing just so I can see. All right. So in the morning, I'm over here and it's still trading. So don't regard what's going on here. I'm out the trade already. But yeah, in the morning, what I like to do, I like to see what's going on in a bigger time frame, which is gonna be my 5 for 5 because I'm rarely inside of a trade longer than a day. Honestly, rarely inside of it less than an hour. But a day, 2 days is probably gonna be my max. I don't like swing trading. That's not my thing. But yeah, we start at the bottom. You can see this is a clear channel. One tap, two tap, three taps. Then we made a little movement to the top. One tap, two tap, three tap. Made a movement to the top. One tap, two tap, three tap. Made a movement to the top. All right. That's just one way to think about it. But this over here didn't even play out. This is just me giving y'all some rundown on what you should be seeing and what you should be noticing as these things form out. But let's break it down to the 1 minute. Actually, we're gonna do the 1 minute 2 day because we have to analyze no 15 minute 2 day because that's a little too long. We can analyze just based off of yesterday. All right, cool. So I'm honestly gonna put in our zones that we jumped in. 1930. That was a zone that I told folks to jump in. Me, I jumped in at two different zones, but that does not matter. I guess we could do a line. Yeah, whatever. All right, cool. So this is gonna be an entry that I told everybody. We're gonna focus on that. All right. As you can see, 1930. This is above the zone from yesterday. This is a nice area where we had indecision plenty of times. It's like, do we want to go above? Do you want to go low? Do you want to go above? Do you want to go low? So in my head, I'm saying if we can hold this area that we had indecision yesterday, then today we can have a decision to go higher. All right. That's just my thinking at 9:30 in the morning, 9:20, 9:10. It's not my thinking at this time of the day now. Like without all that happening, this is my thinking right here. Just knowing to see what we got going on. So as you can see, DraftKings started all the way up here, and we dumped. But that's a part of the market sentiment. The markets had a negative sentiment around it for the day. Well, an unclear sentiment. But whenever Powell's speaking and he doesn't say great things, then the sentiment's automatically going to be negative. That's just something I quote unquote noticed, or it's just how I play it whenever he's talking. If it's not clearly positive, then there's going to be some negative price. Then he's like the Grinch. Like if the Grinch ain't out here, if he's gone, if he's out the way, then yeah, there's some positivity that can be formed. But if he's clearly around, it's like, why is he even here, bro? Like you don't want to fuck around with this dude. Long story short, but yeah, this is the zone, 1930. So let's get to what we got going on. I'm gonna do it on a 1 minute just because. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I'm trying to find the right tool. But yeah. All right. So we started up here at the zone so we can see this is the top. Then we scaled all the way to the bottom. This is the zone that I wanted to wait for. So I'm like, if we get to this zone, obviously this is our entry, but we didn't enter just yet. If we get to this zone and we see some type of movement, then we might be able to play this. So we wait for our W to form. This is the first part of the W. I want you to see these lines. Let me get the arrow out. Get the trend line actually. So this is the downside to the W. This is the upside, which is going to make our midpoint. Then we got the downside is going to retest and confirm that the downside is support. And then we got the upside saying, yo, we're going to make that money today. Boom. That's our W. Obviously, it took a little longer to play out because there was a lot of chop going on, but peep game. This is the W. But anyways, so in this situation, you got to understand. Let's go to the 5 minute because it look a little better for y'all. On the 5 minute, every time we hit this zone, the fuck, bro? Yeah, every time we hit this line, we bounced off. So we're like, all right, cool. This is the first bounce. What the hell? All right, here we go. Every time we hit the zone, well, it happened yesterday too. But every time we hit the zone, we get a bounce. So it's like, all right, cool. We broke under, but peep game. We still didn't break too low from where we closed yesterday. So it's good energy. We can see Doji saying, all right, the first attempt, we don't want to go that low. So we might not go that low. Then the second attempt, we went lower, but peep game is still within the previous bar's range. So that's saying we got negative energy, but we're still not breaking the previous bar, which said we don't want to go as low. Then we have a situation where we try to get lower, but this is confirmation that these two bars, these two red bars, should give you confirmation. Negative energy, but we popped up trend line. Negative energy, but we didn't break that from the previous bar, and we actually popped up and we closed within this previous bar. Then the next bar killed the entire move of this bar. Like if you see the little wick, it's a little bit lower, but this wick is a little bit higher. So you gotta realize this is pretty much the same exact bar, just flipped upside down. Like put your laptop upside down, you're gonna see it. But anyways, so this is saying, all right, we got confirmation that this trend line is still, it's not the one just yet, but this bar right here is like, is being respected. We gotta respect it because this energy is saying, yo, fuck that. We trying to get back up there, you feel me? Then we got another bar saying, all right, it's indecision happening within our trend line. And then what happens after that indecision? We break above. So this is good. This is our midpoint. Then we come back down. 1930 is our entry. I'm like, yo, we get to 1930, we'll have to play this. Then we see the same situation that happened. Well, not the same, because this one kind of broke a little bit lower. But ideally, this bar engulfed this entire bar, because the wick's not really in play right now. The whole body of the candle is in play. This body engulfed this body. So now we gotta wait and see if these two candles can take out these two candles. If so, then that means we got positive energy, negative, negative, positive, positive. So we got more positivity fighting. So that's just the mindset. But the overall, that's the mindset minute by minute, bar by bar. That's on a 5 minute. You break it down to the 1 minute, it looks a little better. But as you see, the biggest time frame, the biggest scale, the W's forming out, and we got to catch the bottoms. The double bottoms means we're not going to go lower. So if we got something that's happening here, once we got low, we had a big ass candle that said, fuck that, we're going to go higher. Then we had the same exact situation that happened down here. Fuck that, we want to go higher. And it's happening within this trend line. It's not going to be perfect because tomorrow you're going to make a new trend line, and trust me, it's going to look different. But today, we're fighting for this trend line to maintain this, I don't know, respect, I guess. But anyways, once you see that, you want to jump in. This is the 1 minute. So let's get to the 1 minute where we jump in. Confirmation is going to be right here. Once you see that we're in the same exact zone we was before, same exact zone we was before. You see how there's positive momentum after this? Same exact situation. Chopped around. From this point on, this candle killed all these candles. So now you're saying, I'm in here. I'm jumping in here, and I'm going to risk this. This is what the trade is from now on. You want to jump in right here, 1923, and your risk should be $19.10. You got a 13-cent risk. But for us, we have a 23-cent risk. And the positivity, what we could potentially make, is going to be $20, which is, I don't know. But anyways, 70 cents. So it's a 2 to 1 and some change. So whatever you put in, you should expect to make double that and some change. That's saying if you're willing to risk $100, then the trade's gone. You feel me? You're trying to make 300 to risk that 100. But it depends on if you're trading options. I mean, trading equity and you're trading stocks. I don't do that. I'm trading options. So my risk to reward is way different. You feel me? But that's how that's what your mindset should be when you're actually inside the trade. But anyways, this is our risk. This is our reward. What happened? Bounce. This is our confirmation saying, yo, this area is holding up and we don't want to be lower. This is our confirmation saying, yo, this trend line is holding up. We don't want to go lower. This is our confirmation saying the W is forming out. We don't want to go lower. And we jump in a trade. Once you got 4 or 5 things confirming what you wanted to do, you have to take that trade. If not, you're not following your strategy, or you're not learning anything, or you're not being robotic. You have to be robotic because you're going against computers. Trust me, these humans tell the computers what to do, but then after that, it's like, I'm done. I don't have to do anything. So if you're not going to be the same way as them, and you use a computer, then you have to take away your emotions and take away your fear from the trade. Obviously, did all this at the close of yesterday, which means it's a fourth confirmation. And then we have Powell, which didn't say nothing that was irregular from what he said. So it's not crazy downward pressure. So let's continue what we was doing before. So you have to think of these things in real time and let it rock out. But that's the play. That's the trade. Do what you got to do to be a better trader. Tapping into the Discord might be one of those things. But anyways, tap in. We out.